welcome to our 10:30 kids story time. And I know I'm about 10 minutes early, and I don't normally do this anymore. This is something that Wendy does most of the time, but I'm doing one this morning, and so of course I've got a different hat on. Got to wear a different hat. I've got a sharp-looking green hat, and it fits pretty good. I've adjusted. That's a good thing. If I've never tried it on, I wouldn't have known how good a hat it was. And it's kind of like if you've never tried an orange. If you've never peeled a big old orange and tried a big old orange slice, you don't know how sour and yet good tasting it is. If you've never bitten into a great big peach, you don't know how good it is to have that juice kind of run down your chin from that big peach. If you've never taken a spoon of honey, and you wouldn't know how sweet that is. If you'd never taken a sip of hot cocoa, you wouldn't know that good chocolatey flavor that goes down in that warm water. You know, you'd miss all that if you never tried it. And so if you've never tried God, you wouldn't know how good He is. Here's a verse for you. Psalm 34:8 says, "Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man," that means blessed means happy. Happy is the man that trusteth in Him. And so God challenges us. He says, taste, oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Yesterday I was doing just a little bit of mowing and in some high grass, and a leopard frog, a frog he's about that big, a leopard frog come out of that tall grass and was hopping around. There were some little mud puddles right there, and I'm sure that's where he was laying and living. It wasn't much of a habitat for him, but that was his home place. And I mowed, and I thought a little bit about, boy, I hope I don't hit that leopard frog, because he wouldn't look as good minus a leg, or worse yet, if I mowed over him and killed him. And I kept mowing, and I watched where he hopped, and directly there he was again, and I mowed a little more, and there he was again. And finally, I just shut the mower off, and I thought, I'm going to try to catch him. He's in danger there. And it took me a little while to catch him, because he was afraid of me. He didn't know that I was actually trying to help him. And finally I caught him in some tall grass and was able to separate the tall grass, and I caught him in my hand. I caught him in my hand. He was trying to squirm away, and the whole time I wasn't trying to harm him, I was trying to help him. I put him in a big old tall McDonald's plastic disposable glass and put the little plastic lid back on it, and he stayed in there just for a little bit. And he might have been afraid. He might have thought, boy, this is sad. And I brought him home with me, and showed him to my grandson Noah. He got to see him, and Noah turned him loose. In we have it's a little fish pond that we have here at the house, and I've got one of those great big gray tanks that's full of water, and lily pads and other water plants, and there's goldfish in there, and some big rocks and a waterfall. It's a beautiful little spot, and so Noah turned him loose in there, and he swam away. He hopped on a rock and then hopped into the water, and that's a much better spot for Mr. Leopard Frog. But to get him to understand, I couldn't speak frog. I couldn't tell him in frog language, oh, taste and see that this new habitat is good. And so God, He can speak our language. And so He says, oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Knowing God is a good thing. Sometimes we might not understand what God's doing and why He's allowing certain things. That frog didn't understand, but in the end, it was a really good thing. I imagine Mr. Frog will be swimming around, maybe swimming on his back and squirting water out of his mouth and enjoying that little pond there, just saying, this is so much better than a little mud puddle. And it is. Oh, taste and see that the Lord, He is good. Did you know that when you're born, you have, they say that a newborn baby has over 10,000 taste buds in his tongue. 10,000. No wonder babies quickly learn that they want to eat food and they taste things. But no wonder they spit out those mashed up, pureed green beans. Says those taste buds say, no, we don't like that. But at the age of 50, your taste buds begin to die off in a sense. And as you grow older, your doctors and scientists estimate that you lose the use of over half of your taste buds. And so it's no wonder that as people get old, the older people say, I'm not too hungry. I don't like that. You know, they've lost the taste buds have gone away, and so pizza doesn't taste so good anymore. Chili doesn't taste good so much anymore. Steaks aren't so good and tasty anymore. That's why you have to encourage older people to eat. They you know, like Miss Eleanor, she used to like cookies, and that's all she really wanted to eat. Her taste buds had kind of gone away. And so I'm 61, so I guess my taste buds are starting to go away. It seems like I still got a lot of them, though, because food still tastes good. Certain food tastes really good to me. So, use your taste buds today. Enjoy your lunch, your breakfast. Be glad you've got 10,000 taste buds on your tongue. But better than that, enjoy God, knowing Him. Oh, taste and see that the Lord, He is good. Have a good day.